Yankees fans, what a roller coaster this postseason has been. 2 games down, backs against the wall, and now everything comes down to how this team responds when they step back into the Bronx. The atmosphere around the Yankees right now feels heavy. You can sense the frustration in every comment section, in every interview, in every quiet stare from the dugout. After being outplayed in Toronto, not just losing, but getting completely dominated in both opening games, it's fair to say that faith in the team has taken a major hit. But here's the thing about baseball. It has a way of flipping the script overnight. The same fans who feel defeated on Sunday could be celebrating a comeback by Tuesday night. That's the beauty and the madness of October baseball. The Yankee situation is simple: win or go home. They have to take the next 3 straight if they want to stay alive and reach the American League Championship Series. It sounds daunting, but this franchise has been here before. In fact, history shows that the Yankees have pulled off this kind of miracle more than once. 6 times, to be exact, they've climbed out of 0 to 2 whole to win a playoff series. So while the odds aren't exactly in their favor, the Pinstripes have never been strangers to improbable comebacks. Still, there's no denying it's been an ugly start. The pitching hasn't delivered, the bats have gone cold, and the energy that once defined this team feels like it's flickering out. The Blue Jays have been firing on all cylinders, scoring early and often, while the Yankees have looked lifeless at the plate. It's been painful to watch at times. 1 inning of offense here and there, followed by long stretches of nothing but strikeouts and weak contact. When your only consistent source of production is Aaron Judge, you know something's off. And Judge has done his part, hitting, leading, trying to carry the load, but one player can only do so much when the rest of the lineup can't find its rhythm. Manager Aaron Boone has been under fire again, as usual. Every move he makes is questioned, every bullpen decision gets second-guessed, and the fan base is restless. But even Boone himself knows what's at stake. He said recently that it feels like the world is collapsing when you lose 2 like that. But 1 win can change the entire narrative. He's right. Baseball is such a momentum-driven sport. 1 good inning, 1 clutch hit, and suddenly the pressure shifts. Boone insists that his players haven't lost confidence, and that might be the most important thing. You can't survive October baseball without belief, even when everyone outside the clubhouse has already written your obituary. Cody Bellinger echoed that same mindset, talking about taking things 1 day at a time. He's been through this before, seen what happens when a team tunes out the noise and just plays their game. And that's what the Yankees need to do. Block out the panic and get back to what they do best: grinding out at-bats, trusting their starters, and feeding off the home crowd's energy. Yankee Stadium has seen too many magical moments over the years for anyone to think this story is over yet. Now, let's talk about the numbers, because they don't paint a pretty picture. Outside of Judge, almost everyone in that lineup has been struggling. Ben Rice has been decent, showing flashes of composure at the plate with a solid on-base performance. But guys like Bellinger, Stanton, and Trent Grisham have simply not delivered. Grisham's average is painfully low, and Stanton, usually known for stepping up when the lights are brightest, has looked completely out of sync. The power isn't there, the timing is off, and every at-bat feels like a grind. When the team's supposed cleanup hitter can't make solid contact, the rest of the lineup feels that weight. Pitching hasn't been much better. Max Fried's ERA sits well above 6, while Warren's outing was a disaster capped off by that grand slam. And Luke Weaver, despite lowering his postseason ERA from infinity to something slightly less embarrassing, hasn't inspired much confidence either. The bullpen looks tired, the rotation looks shaky, and the Yankees desperately need Carlos Rodon to be the stopper he was brought in to be. If Rodon could deliver a vintage performance at home, that might be enough to light the spark. That's how fast things can change in baseball. One dominant start can flip the entire tone of a series. And if they manage to win that one, suddenly the conversation changes. Then it's about momentum, about belief, about the ghosts of Yankee Stadium showing up when they're needed most. This franchise has thrived on that kind of energy for decades. From the dynasty years of the late 1990s to comeback stories like 2017, the Yankees have a way of turning pressure into power. This team needs to remember who they are, the most decorated organization in baseball history. That badge of honor means something, especially in October. One moment that could spark that change is leadership inside the clubhouse. Word has spread that earlier in the year, Giancarlo Stanton gave a fiery speech that completely changed the team's energy. It wasn't planned, it wasn't scripted, but it hit every player in that room hard. They responded back then with a surge of wins and renewed focus. And now, the Yankees need that same fire again. Whether it comes from Stanton, Judge, or anyone else, they need someone to step up and remind everyone that wearing those pinstripes means fighting until the very last out. The margin for error is gone. The Yankees can't afford mental lapses, defensive mistakes, or wasted scoring chances anymore. They've been here before. In 2017, down 2-0 against Cleveland, Greg Bird hit that unforgettable home run that turned everything around. The team fed off that moment, came roaring back, and took the series. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it rhymes, and this Yankees team could use a little bit of that same magic. Now they return home, to their city, to their fans, to the stadium that has seen it all. The crowd in the Bronx is going to be electric, and that energy can't be underestimated. It pushes pitchers to throw harder, hitters to focus deeper, and defenders to dive just a little further. If the Yankees come out with intensity, attack the zone, and put early runs on the board, the atmosphere could shift completely. And that's what the Blue Jays don't want, because once this crowd smells blood, it's a nightmare for any visiting team. Of course, belief alone won't win games. The Yankees need execution. They need the veterans to hit, the bullpen to hold, and the starting rotation to find consistency. They also need to play smart baseball, taking extra bases, moving runners over, avoiding double plays. The fundamentals that look small on paper but make the difference in tight October games. Baseball has a funny way of rewarding the teams that keep grinding. Aaron Judge knows this better than anyone. He's been the heart of the Yankees since day one, leading with both his bat and his attitude. Every time he steps to the plate, you can feel that quiet confidence. He's not just playing for numbers, he's playing for legacy. And if there's anyone capable of dragging this team back into contention through sheer will, it's him. Judge represents everything about this franchise: the pride, the power, the belief that no deficit is too big. There's a reason Yankees fans still hold on to hope. Maybe it's blind faith, maybe it's history whispering in their ears. But there's something about this team that never truly feels done until that final out is recorded. You can call it arrogance, optimism, or just tradition, but it's real. As long as there's one more game to play, one more pitch to throw, this team still has a chance to make something happen. The season is hanging by a thread, but the story isn't finished. The Yankees still have the tools to fight back. They've done it before. They know what it takes. Now it's time to see if they can bring that same fire one more time, in front of their own fans, under the bright lights of Yankee Stadium, where legends are made and miracles still happen. As the Yankees head back to the Bronx, this is where everything either collapses or transforms. There's no middle ground now. Every pitch, every at-bat, every defensive play will decide if this season still has life. You can almost feel the weight of it all pressing down on the players. But in that pressure, there's also opportunity. The kind of opportunity that has defined this franchise for over a century. Legends aren't made when things are easy. They're made when your season is hanging by a thread and you still find a way to fight back. That's the kind of energy the Yankees have to bring home with them. Carlos Rodon is set to take the mound, and for the Yankees, that might be exactly what they need. He's got that fire, that old-school attitude that feeds off the crowd. When he's locked in, his fastball explodes, his slider bites hard, and you can see the intensity in every pitch. This is the moment for him to remind everyone why he was brought to New York in the first place. A dominant outing from Rodon could shift the entire tone of this series. If he gives the team 6 or 7 strong innings, it not only saves the bullpen, it sends a message: the Yankees are not done yet. And once that spark hits, things can snowball fast. Baseball momentum is strange like that. One hit leads to another. One inning leads to a rally. And before you know it, the dugout is alive again. That's what the Yankees have been missing. The noise, the energy, the belief that every swing could change the game. When this team is confident, when they're loud and united, they play like the powerhouse everyone expects them to be. But the Blue Jays won't make it easy. Toronto has been hot, their lineup is locked in, and everything they've hit lately seems to find a gap. It's hard to keep that kind of streak going, especially away from home, but the Yankees have to make sure it ends now. Attack early, silence the bats, and remind them that Yankee Stadium isn't just another ballpark, it's a fortress. Once the crowd senses a comeback, the entire building starts to shake. You can feel it through the television, through the noise of nearly 50,000 people believing all at once. That kind of energy has broken plenty of visiting teams before, and the Yankees need it now more than ever. Giancarlo Stanton's name keeps coming up, and for good reason. Everyone remembers the speech he gave earlier this year when things were falling apart. It wasn't some polished captain's talk. It was raw, emotional, the kind of moment that hits you in the chest. The players said it woke them up, reminded them who they were. That same spark could ignite again right now. Stanton has been quiet on the field, but sometimes leadership shows up before the stats do. If he can find that home run swing again, if he can put one into the second deck early in Game 3, it could completely flip the energy, because that's what he does best. He hits baseballs that shake the ground and light a fire in the team. Aaron Judge, meanwhile, is doing what leaders do. Even when the rest of the lineup is cold, he's out there grinding every at-bat. He doesn't complain. He doesn't make excuses. He just plays. That quiet confidence has kept this team from completely unraveling. He's the heartbeat of the Yankees, and if they're going to pull off this comeback, he'll be right in the middle of it. The fans know it, the players know it, and you can bet the Blue Jays know it too. But Judge can't do it alone. Guys like Anthony Volpe and Ben Rice have to keep fighting. They've been bright spots in a dark stretch. Volpe's defense has been sharp, and his at-bats have shown patience and poise beyond his years. Rice, with his balanced approach at the plate, gives the lineup some much-needed stability. These are the moments where young players can make names for themselves. Nobody forgets the rookies who come through in October. The Yankees veterans, though, have to step up. This is where experience matters. Stanton, Bellinger, McMahon. These are players who've seen enough of the postseason to know how fast it can turn. They've faced elimination before. They've also been on the other side, watching teams melt under pressure. They know that all it takes is one game, one swing, one spark. And as the Yankees look ahead to what could be their final stand, the conversation turns to resilience. Baseball is a sport built on failure. You miss more than you hit. You lose more often than you win. But the great teams, the ones that last in history, are the ones that know how to respond when things go wrong. That's where this team has a chance to prove who they really are. Not the regular season hype, not the highlight reels, but the heart of a team that refuses to die quietly. There's something symbolic about coming back to New York for this fight. The lights, the noise, the ghosts of Yankee Stadium, they all feel different in October. Fans will show up early, holding signs, waving flags, wearing jerseys that carry decades of memories. The players will feel that before they even step onto the field. That's what makes postseason baseball in the Bronx unlike anything else in sports. You're not just playing for a win, you're playing for history. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The Big Apple is buzzing with whispers that could shake the foundations of Major League Baseball. According to multiple unconfirmed sources, ace pitcher ZACK is reportedly on his way to the New York Yankees in a blockbuster move that has left fans and analysts alike questioning the team's championship strategy. While the details of the deal remain murky, insiders suggest that the Yankees are willing to do whatever it takes to push for immediate contention, and adding Wheeler to their rotation could be the boldest move yet. Wheeler, known for his electric fastball and devastating slider, has long been a coveted player in trade rumors. His consistency on the mound and ability to dominate both American League and National League lineups make him an ideal fit for a team that has been searching for that missing piece to finally return to postseason glory. The Yankees, traditionally aggressive in free agency, appear ready to rewrite the playbook by acquiring an elite starter rather than relying solely on internal development or long-term contracts. Sources close to the organization hint that discussions have accelerated in the last 48 hours, with the front office exploring multiple trade packages to land the right deal. While nothing has been officially announced, speculation is already running wild across social media platforms, with fans imagining a rotation led by Garrett Cole and Wheeler and a lineup bolstered by Yankees' perennial power hitters. Could this be the moment New York goes all in for a title run? Industry insiders say the move signals urgency. The Yankees are clearly not content with just making the playoffs. They want to contend for the World Series immediately. Skeptics caution that trades of this magnitude rarely happen quietly, but the excitement is undeniable. Wheeler's potential arrival has sparked debates among analysts. How will he handle the pressure of Yankee Stadium? Will the team's payroll allow for such a high-profile acquisition? And perhaps most importantly, does this signal a new era of win-now mentality for the Bronx Bombers? For now, fans are left on edge, refreshing Twitter feeds and sports news sites, hoping for confirmation of what could become one of the most talked-about trades of the season. If Wheeler does land in New York, the Yankees may have finally sent a message. In 2025, they aren't just playing for pride, they're playing for a championship, and they're willing to shake up the league to get it. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.